Greetings once again. I'm Tommy Underhill, the adult ADHD and autism coach for Littleton Couples Counseling. And today I want to talk about something personal, the ADHD effect on my marriage. Life is hard enough if you have adult ADHD. Time management and follow through may not be your strongest attributes. You may be forgetful or hyper-focused on select tasks and activities that interest you. You may have been passed over for a promotion you believe you're qualified for. You may struggle to sit still during meetings. Your spouse may feel like they're carrying most of the relationship load. Your adult ADHD may get in the way of a close relationship. Now it's time for some self-disclosure. I recently discovered how effective my daily ADHD meds were working when, due to a change of doctors, I couldn't get one of my old prescriptions renewed. The old doctor wouldn't return the pharmacy's calls. It wasn't even a controlled substance like many of us are on. Over the course of a month, I transformed from a loving, caring, and supportive partner into a real jerk. Truth be told, I was probably more of an asshole than a real jerk. I became mean, argumentative, and snappy. My wife and I argued and fought more in the last 2 weeks of this experience than we had in the whole prior year. My wife even referred to me as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. She wanted her Dr. Jekyll back. I'd been under more stress than usual with some medical issues. I'd been on 6 weeks of antibiotics that destroyed my gut health. And at best of times, I physically didn't feel very good. On top of that, add in all the tasks involved with opening a new office, and I was ripe for disaster as Mr. Hyde took over. Up to this point, neither of us knew what had changed to cause the extreme shift in my personality. We were awake in bed, talking one morning at 3:30, when the light bulb switched on for us. Without the meds I was accustomed to, we had the opportunity to live with unmitigated ADHD. Early on in my ADD and ADHD training, I read Melissa Orlov's book, The ADHD Effect on Marriage. As my wife and I talked about me and my actions in the unmedicated weeks, I saw myself on every page of Orlov's book. I was now the ADHD spouse and causing great stress to our relationship. While we both knew the current me wasn't the real me, I confronted the reality that things had to change. I had to change. That night, I made decisions that changed the course of the next couple weeks. At this point, I again knew what unrestrained ADHD felt like and how I acted when it was in control. I also knew how I wanted to feel and act. They weren't the same. Now knowing what was going on inside my brain, I focused on the skills, frameworks, tools that had helped my coaching clients. Breathwork, self-soothing, self-reflection, nutrition, and open and consistent communication. When I started to feel Mr. Hyde entering the picture, I would slow down and focus on what I needed at that time to return to a healthy mind space. A change of doctor and the resumption of meds, and I'm heading back to being me. Unfortunately, Mr. Hyde and I caused damage to our relationship. We are rebuilding trust and communication. Repair of this will take time. So let's go to right now. It's now been a month since I lived this alternative me. Rarely does Mr. Hyde rear his ugly head. I have hope that Dr. Jekyll will be the driving persona in my life and in our relationship. We talk more and compliment each other when we experience a positive interaction. A relationship between you and your partner need not be ruled by one partner's adult ADHD. Involve someone who can help bring some sanity back into your relationship. Helped me. Let's talk about ADHD coaching from a perspective of living with adult ADHD. I am an introspective adult ADHD coach. I leverage my formal ADHD and autism training and combine it with emotions, feelings, thoughts, frustrations, examples, fears, frameworks, strategies, and solutions from my life. I've lived the family dynamic that ADHD creates, both in a partnership and through struggles with undiagnosed children. At times, I have wanted to give up, walk away, and just have the frustrations and fear stop. I've recently experienced one of the most difficult clients I have ever worked with. Stubborn, persnickety, pig-headed, That client was me. Unlike neurotypical ADHD clinicians or coaches who can only provide textbook solutions to their ADD clients, I lead and coach from a place of knowing how I have wanted to change in my own life. I know how my ADHD has hurt others and will walk with you through your journey to managing your adult ADHD. I did it. I believe you can too. Let's work together to get your Dr. Jekyll back. Until next time.